All right. Well, welcome everybody. Hello, hello. We're super pumped about this. My name is Megan Goff. I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus.
I am Justin Goff. I'm also a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
All right. Well, this is really fun because we are going to collaborate, as you know, on this call. So welcome, welcome. This is our kickoff call for the GoldMasterMind group, which basically have two weeks until we really kick off in October. So you have a couple of weeks to we'll get to know each other. We are really excited about this call tonight. And we want to really just encourage you guys. I know when we were in Mexico last week, we had some girls that were like, we need to do a call and share, our experience and everything we did. So I said, well, you know what? Let's do it right after we get back. So that's what we're doing tonight. So I think just because we're collaborating with Brenda and Carissa, we're just going to share a little bit about ourselves so you can get to know the hostesses of this training. We're really, really excited about the collaborative part, the coaching piece, the learning, more of the skill set of what we need to be doing in our businesses with network marketing, sharing health and wellness and helping people grow businesses and things like that. So I guess we can go first and then we'll pass it to Carissa and to Brenda to just share a little bit about ourselves. But we are homeschool parents of 7 children. I'm 38 years old. Justin is 45.
Just coming into my prime.
And we have been sharing Plexus for 6.5 years. And so our journey to Diamond, for me personally, took 2.5 years. For Justin, it took
61 months.
Yeah,
so
5 years.
June 2020, in the midst of the world burning to the ground, I ranked up to Diamond. So it's possible, still possible.
So, but anyways, we love to travel with our kids. We initially started Plexus because of health, just for health reasons. We were not anticipating a business, but we're so grateful that the opportunity was shared with us and that the products helped our health after a mold crisis. And that's kind of the crux of our story. Do you want to share anything?
Not really. Quite honestly, we were praying for an answer. We were praying for a business opportunity when we started, and because I worked road construction and I was gone a lot, and in the midst of that, the Lord answered with a sickness, which really wasn't what we were going for, but it's what happened. It's kind of how things worked out, and then we started praying for her to get healthy, and then enter Plexus. So we weren't really looking for anything in network marketing. It was like the furthest thing from our thought, or it never even crossed our mind, quite honestly. But it's been a real blessing for us. It's been actually a perfect fit. I never would have thought about it, but it's been a perfect fit for us and for our families. So it's been an amazing journey. And quite honestly, we've learned, like I said, we didn't really come into this skill set for this. We've learned a lot along the way. We're still learning a lot every day. We're learning a lot about ourselves. So, no matter where you are in your journey, if you're just starting or if you've been around for a while, it doesn't really matter, quite honestly. You can do what we're doing. I think that there's lessons to learn. And so I'm encouraged that there's 67 people on so far tonight. That encourages me. And I think that I honestly believe that the opportunity we have with Plexus is still available. It's still wide open. I tell people all that all the time. It's wide open in America. It's wide open in every country we're in right now. So what are we going to do about it? That's really the question. Are we going to take advantage of the opportunity? We're going to let it slip. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight as we continue going forward. Okay.
Carissa, I see you right there, so I'm going to pass it to you to introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm so excited about this. So fun fact about me to start off, I have coronavirus. Woo! I am on day 7 trying to recover. So I did not quite spruce up for you all like I might on a normal night, but I have actually I think I've had a pretty mild case so far, and I'm praising the Lord for that. So for those of you who don't know me, Carissa Casey is my name. I like that we did age. I'm 35 years old. My husband, Chris, is 40 years old. He's a senior Ruby, and I am a diamond. A fun part of my story is this business ended up being the avenue that God used to provide for our family while my husband pursued medical school. And instead of taking out student loans, we just paid as we went in cash. And it was a crazy, amazing journey. There were times where that was really tight and stressful, but it was an answer to so many prayers because I was able to stay home, give birth to 3 more babies for a total of 5 during that time, and not miss a beat and not miss a minute in their lives. And Chris was able to pursue a lifelong dream. And so now he's a practicing MD, he's a physician, and I am wrangling a huge circus here at home and continuing to lead an incredible Plexus team. I'm so thankful for those that are on here. And I am kind of like you all that I came to Plexus because I had a sincere belief in gut health. I had a passion for health and specifically nutrition and fitness. And so in my own little realm of that, I learned about gut health and I learned how powerful it is. And that led me to take an interest in Plexus. And when I did get my welcome pack, it was kind of a backdoor into, oh my goodness, this business is so perfect for me. I love being on social media. I love marketing. I love talking about the things that I'm passionate about. And so, like the Goffs always say, it was an accidental business at first that very quickly became an on-purpose business. Probably 1 month in, I realized I was going to do this and I was going to give it my all. And I was able to reach Emerald 1 year from the day that I started, and then Diamond 3 years after that. No, 4 years after that? I can't remember. Okay, 4 years. So 4 years total. So yeah, that's a little bit of our journey.
Thank you, Carissa. Brenda, you can go next.
Awesome. I loved hearing you guys' details to your story that I maybe hadn't picked up before, but I'm super honored to be on here with you. I kind of am the old one now that we're talking ages. I am proud to say I'm in my last year of my 40s, and it has just been the best ever decade for me, and I'm thrilled for my next decade because I do not feel at all like I thought I would feel at 49. Of course, we know why, but to tell a little bit of my story, we were truly praying for an answer. But like Justin, there is no way I had network marketing. Like, no way. Like, we just had real sour taste in our mouth for something like that. But like he also said, it's been a beautiful fit for our family. So the reason I was desperately praying, and when I say desperately, like tears on my pillow, prayers every night. I was even Googling bankruptcy, like how do you start that process? Because we didn't know where else to turn or what else to do for our family's future, because the hole we were in seemed so deep and impossible. However, I did have faith in God enough to continue to pray. And I just knew he would bring something. However, I call this my John the Baptist business because it came in a form I did not expect and wanted to resist. So that, just to say that I think many of you could probably identify a little bit with that when you maybe first heard about what it was. Oh, you want the product, sure, but do I want to do something like network marketing? Probably many of us could say that. So let's give that grace to people, our potentials, when we talk to them. They don't yet see it like we do, and it just takes time, but just pray for them that they could, if it's the right thing for them, like it has been for many of us, God would open their eyes and reveal that. But I just want to say, I think looking back now on my 8-year journey with Plexus, I can say that I can see the hand of God so clearly in that I didn't know what was coming for our family, but he did. And he knew I had to be in a better place health-wise. and in a better place financially for what he wanted to do. We grew 3 family businesses that keeps all of our adult kids occupied and busy and earning their own income. They're starting investing money because of God's blessings on us. And it's been a big part of my story to be here for them, to be able to support and do all the load that goes with all of that. And we had our first grandbaby about a month ago. And so that's a new venture and journey for us that I'm so thankful to feel so good. But there's so much more to my story, but that's all I'm going to share for now, and we'll move on.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Brenda, did you say how many kids you have?
Oh, I did forget that little part, didn't I? Yes, we are our homeschooling family also, and we have 11. So my oldest is 28. He's turning 28 in a couple days, and youngest is 9.
Okay, perfect. So fun. All righty. Well, there was a handful of us that are on tonight that were in Mexico. And we want to talk about Mayakoba, Mexico before we go any farther, just because we want more of you there with us next year. We're not going without more of you. And so we're just really excited to be able to offer the vision, the belief building, the perspectives, maybe even the mindset shifts that need to happen for you, or maybe to just talk through some of the fears you might be having, or even learning more of a skill set, because there is a skill set to learn. But as we know, skill set's about 10% of this business. The rest of it, the other 90%, is mindset. And Carissa and I, and then Brenda and I, we were just talking different times when we were in Mexico, and we just saw eye to eye on what we felt like was needed and what our teams were needing. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm all for collaborating. Like, it saves time, it's efficient, it gives multiple perspectives. And so I'm just really, really excited about the training that we're going to be offering the next 6 weeks. So just really blitzy. What's happening this week and next week are basically like a little preliminary get excited 2 calls before we kick off really full-fledged in October. Okay, so anybody can be on this call and the call next week. But for October, if you want to be in the group coaching, is what we're basically going to be offering on Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Central. You need to be ranked up to senior silver or higher. That means you have 10 people on your team. Okay, and the reason why we set that as the requirement is because we really believe that it's very doable to hit that before the end of the month. So anybody that is on this call, obviously you see potential with this business, you're excited. And so it's totally doable to hit that goal before entering into the coaching in October. And Justin is also going to be leading a book study by Alex Hoffman called The Millionaire Networker that will be taking place on Wednesday evenings for the month of October.
Right.
Fun fact.
So if you don't know, Alex Hoffman he works for Plexus corporate office. Mm-hmm. And so he is the guy who's in charge of all of Latin America and the expansion of Plexus into Latin America. So this week he's in Puerto Rico and I don't remember some other place he told me. So the cool thing is about Alex is he was a network marketer. He was with, I'll think of it here in a minute. Anyway, what in the world was his, I'll think of the name of the company here in a minute, but he had a successful business himself. So he knows what he's talking about. And I think this is the most practical, probably most basic network marketing book that I've read. So that's what we're going to be covering starting next week. Hopefully
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That gives us time to get the books here. They're not here yet, so be patient.
So if you're wanting to participate in the book and with the book study and you don't want the Kindle version, make sure that you comment in our Gold Mastermind group under the picture of that book.
Right.
Because we're going to be shipping the books out. You'll just pay us for the shipping costs.
Right.
And,
Isogenics. That's who he was with. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I didn't want to lose it. Isogenics is who he's with for a long time.
So the other fun thing that is going to be part of the book study is he is actually going to come on as a guest speaker for one of the weeks.
Yes.
So that will be fun. Okay. Did we cover everything? I believe so. Did I forget anything? If you have specific questions about what this is going to look like, we are asking for a commitment. So before you enter that little Gold Mastermind group, there's 2 questions: making sure that you're ranked to senior, silver, or higher, and also that you're 100% committed. And we would just add, it's the honor system, but we do want to hold people accountable to a high standard. And so if you are just not going to be able to keep up with the calls and, make it a priority to carve out that protected plexus time on Tuesday nights, and if you choose to be part of the book study on Wednesday nights, then you can exit the group and participate next time we do it, okay? But we just want to encourage every single person, all 71 of you, to commit to this, because really, if you're looking forward to growth in your business, whatever that looks like, you want to rank up, or you want to earn Leaders Retreat, you want to earn Hawaii next year, whatever that looks like for you, we just want to encourage you to dig in, do the things. We do it, you guys can do it, all right? Also, we're going into Q4, and that's in alignment with our Leaders Retreat contest. If you have been to Leaders Retreat, put it in the comments, because it is a do not miss event. It is a blast. I think all of us that were in Mexico got a taste of like, oh my word, Plexus events are awesome. This is why every single person needs to be at Leaders Retreat and needs to be in Hawaii next year, because Plexus knows how to throw a party, and it's super duper fun. So we just want to be encouraging you guys to be prepping for that. Leaders Retreat is in Orlando in March. And so if it's crummy weather where you guys live, I don't know about you, but we're wanting to fly the coop by March and get out of the yucky weather and enjoy some sunshine. One of the prizes, I'll just give you a little teaser, is 4 tickets to Disney World. And it's not even the top prize. So if you are thinking, oh my word, I would love to work for something like that to earn for my kids and my hubby, that would be so fun. Just know that you can go and earn it. All right. So we want to be excited for that.
So we already have an accountability group. We told the kids when we came back from Mexico, they said, what do you bring us? They said, well, we're taking you to Disney World in March. So we have told them we're already going to win and take that. That's just our mindset. So we want you guys to join that with us and, earn Leaders Retreat. First off, earn Leaders Retreat, but then go for the gold. Go for some free tickets to Disney World. You can come hang out with us, and we'll have a blast doing all the Disney stuff.
The best accountability partners ever are your kids.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
They're brutal.
They will ask you every day, how's it going, Mom and Dad? Yeah. Okay. So we are going to just popcorn around, and there's a couple of people that are prepped to share on this call about their takeaways from being in Mexico. So I am going to actually ask, let's see, I believe I saw Angie Amberzetti pop on. I'm going to see if she'll unmute really quick. Let me put this on gallery view so I can see.
Sure.
Are you on?
There she is.
There she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello. Congratulations on earning Mexico again. How many Emerald trips was this for you?
3.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, because, we didn't go.
Because you got cash last year.
Okay. So, well, I just want to say that we took our kids to Disney World a couple years ago, right before COVID hit. And my husband's like, we're never going back to Disney World because he hates crowds. And as soon as I came home and told him it was Disney, they were like, Dad, guess what? Mom's taking us to Disney and you don't have to pay for it. So now it's like a no-brainer. We have to go, right? Because it's going to be free, except we'll have to buy 1 ticket. Anyways, Mexico was amazing. Like Megan said, Plexus totally knows how to make you feel super special and just like all the things. Like you can go and you can dress up, or you can dress down, or you can wear your workout clothes. You can do whatever works for you. But the beautiful thing that I love about what I saw in Mexico, what I've seen in Hawaii, is it doesn't matter if you're young or if you're old, if you're in the middle, like everyone can totally do this. And there's no we got in early. Like I hear people say that all the time. Well, they got in early and that's why they're doing this or whatever. That isn't the case. I met people in Mexico that started a year ago or less than a year ago. And I met people that started many, many years ago that just hit Emerald and went for the first time. And so don't ever think there's like some kind of a cap or it's tapped out there are billions of people on the planet. And so with social media, like the sky's the limit. I've been in several different network marketing companies over the years, and we didn't have social media. Like, it wasn't like it is with this. So it's amazing. I would just encourage you guys, be committed to these, 6 weeks? To these 6 weeks, no matter what. If you can be on the live call, that's always better, because you're more excited. You pay more attention. You don't let things distract you, like if you're listening to a recording. And I can promise you, you will get top-notch training from these diamonds. I'm super excited about it. So anyways, I'm happy to share, and I'm really excited about being on this and the book study. So kudos from me.
All right. Thank you, Angie. All right. Melody Detweiler, are you on? Sorry, there's so many people. There you are.
Yes, I'm on.
All right. So Melody, this was her first time attending. She earned last year, but got a cash payout. So she was there in Mexico as an Emerald. And so we want to hear your perspective. So maybe tell us a little bit about you and what your perspective was.
Yeah. Don't let me forget, I have a funny story in a second too. Yes. So Melody Detweiler here. We have 6 kids and a baby on the way. So I guess that makes 7. Josiah keeps laughing at me. He's like, do you know how to count? We have 7. Count the baby. I'm like, okay, you're right. We're also foster parents now with 2 little boys. So anyway, it's a crazy party at our house, but we're foster parents and we're having more babies because of Plexus and the financial blessing it's brought. Seriously, like that was what we prayed for. We needed more, financial opportunity. And so the Lord has brought it. So anyway, so grateful to be in Mexico. I think that if I could say anything, it would be 2 different things. One, I felt so special. And in a business where you and I are constantly pouring ourselves out and serving people and answering questions and making templates and just conversing, right? Asking the hard questions and chatting with people and being willing to be there for them and not ghost, but really putting in the time to focus with people. I think sometimes we get a little bit worn out. It's a lot of work, and that it's really, really good work, and it's really simple, but it is a lot of work. It's hard. And so I think that sometimes we have to remember that it's also okay to have prizes. It's okay to have fun. It's definitely more than okay to do fun things with our team. I guess I was just reminded of that when I got to Mexico. I feel so over the top special. We walked out of the airport and we're walking towards the transportation that Plexus had sent. And before I could say anything, they called out my name. And I was like, what? How do you know who I am? They had a schedule and, they had my name down. So anyway, I just felt so special. And just on a quick personal note, I've just experienced a lot of loss in the past year and a half personally, just a lot of yucky things that our families kind of had to walk through. And so sometimes you kind of get a picture of the Lord saying, here, I have this for you. And it's nothing you could have ever imagined. And you just feel so refreshed and encouraged and blessed and just built up in your spirit, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, that's kind of where I was at. And I'm walking around the beautiful resort and seeing all of these details and meeting these beautiful people and the training. I just felt so built up personally. It was like the Lord sent so many little things of here, this is for you. Here, this is for you. I'm building you up. This is a good thing. Accept my gift, So I just had to share that. And then the second thing was a little bit switching topics here, but I was realizing that network marketing is a beautiful gift, but it is not something that everyone always understands, right? As we know. So we need to be surrounding ourselves with other people who are successful in this industry. We need to be talking with them, learning from them, listening to them. I need that. And I was realizing in Mexico, okay, here in Ohio, in the area that I am in and the church and the friends and everything, the people that I know, I just happen to not know anybody who is very successful in network marketing. Okay. Now I have a lot of mom friends that dabble a little bit with companies here and there and have parties and whatever, and that's great. But I was just realizing how much, if I am serious about this, which I am, my husband is very, very serious. It's really exciting and fun. But I need to make sure that I'm surrounding myself with people that are successful so that I can learn from them and emulate them and, like be encouraged and have that confidence. This is such an amazing industry. It's such a gift. So make sure that you're, hanging out with people that think so too. Anyway, so as I was meeting so many people in Mexico and just meeting so many Jules that have been successful from so many different walks of life, and like Angie said, different time frames, that encouraged me so much. I met someone under Jordan Roddenberry, and she got an emerald in a year and had a girl under her doing the same thing. I mean, it was just so fun and refreshing. I was like, wow, that's so cool. So anyway, yeah, that's some of my perspective. I'm really, really thankful. Okay, my funny story is this. I just read that book that we're going to be studying in October, so I'm really excited. The Millionaire Network Marketer. And here's the funny thing. So I read the whole book not knowing he worked for Plexus. And I'm looking at his picture. I'm like, boy, that looks like that guy that was on stage and talked to us. And and this author was born in Venezuela too? Well, that's weird. And then I figured out, okay, it's the same guy. So anyway, funny story. See, you can be an emerald and be as blonde as I am. So, okay.
All right. Thank you, Melody. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing, and congratulations on earning your trip. That's so fun. Amy, I see you. You're right there. Amy just shot a deer last night, so she's like in beast mode right now.
Can you guys hear me? I've got a canner going in the background. It's wicked loud in my kitchen. Okay. So I was just thinking about a bunch of things when both Angie and Melody were sharing. I feel like I'm like the mascot for the team of like, you can do this and be different than most people. Like I tell you, everywhere we go, I got to move because the canner's too loud for me. Everywhere we go, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I do not fit in here. I am not a girly girl. When everyone's getting pumped about going to a gala or the white dress event, I'm literally stressing in my room, like, I have to wear a dress tonight. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die. You know what I mean? So I'm that girl. And so I'm like, so that's good, right? Like, you don't have to be anybody. You can be whoever you are. And so I'm like the redneck of the group who doesn't love those things. And I grew up in a world of men and hunting. And so I'm like, this is like not my world. This is not my world, but it's okay. It is my world. It's everybody's world. And so that's one of my takeaways whenever I go to one of these big places. I'm always like, oh my word, we're all the same. It's all different ages and stages, all shapes and sizes, all different, loves and passions and things like that. But it is not a one size fits all. And that's a beautiful thing, right? It's so beautiful. And the other thing, I feel like the mindset struggles, the baggage struggles, it affects all levels, right? It's not just at the smaller levels, it's all the levels. And that encourages me too, because I was talking to, Emily Roberts and her mom in the spa. We're all in our little bathrobes drinking our water, and her mother's hilarious. And they were just saying, she was like, I don't know how many years ago this was or when this was, but she lost it was either an entire ruby or an entire senior ruby leg like 3 years ago. And she was like, that was my defining moment of, okay, am I just going to be done? This is so hard. This is such a mental thing. Am I going to be done, or am I going to be like, you know what? No, I'm going to keep going, and she chose to keep going. And so that is like those Emerald Extravaganzas. The only difference, those people there, they didn't quit, right? They kept going and they stayed the course. And that blesses me so, so much. And so we're all the same. The rank doesn't really, it matters, but it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all the same. And that's why I'm so excited about this group. I don't know, Megan and I were talking a lot about it too, just saying like, we all need this, no matter what stage of the game we're at, we all need it. And it's an important thing for us to be able to stay the course. And like Melody said, to be able to we have to surround ourselves, right? We have to surround ourselves with people who are better than us, people who are stronger than us, and people who we can link arms with and love along the way. When we're, when I'm having a good day, I can lift your arms. And when you're having a good day, you can lift my arms. Angie and Lisa and I all the time, one of us off the cliff. You know what I mean? One day Angie might talk me off the cliff. One day I might talk her off the cliff. And that's the beauty of this. And I want to say one more thing. My biggest mental thing for me in my 5 years with Plexus is, like Carissa was saying, like gut health and fitness, like that's one of her passions. Like that's not really like my deepest passion. Like I love to run. I love exercise. I want my family healthy, but like I don't dream about vitamins, And so one of the pastors who shared at another event, it's always stayed with me, where he's like, Plexus is not the deepest passion of my life, but Plexus fuels the passions of my life. And that was what resonated with me, because I was like, the things that do, the passions that do fuel my life and my heart and my soul, they all cost money. And so Plexus is that vehicle that fuels those passions. And that brings me joy. That fills me. You know what I mean? And so that, I don't know, that was just a mental thing for me, where I was like, on the days where I'm like, I don't really care to post about ProBio 5 today. Like, it's just not like, doesn't like get me up in the morning. Well, actually it does, because it helps to fuel the passions that I do have in my heart and my life. So, okay. Love you guys.
Thank you, Amy. Awesome. All right, we're gonna keep popcorning. I hope you guys are taking notes, because this is gold. This is golden. All right, go ahead and blow it up in the chat too. If something's resonating with you, go ahead and chat it up. I think that's where a lot of value is found too, when you are able to just kind of resonate with who is sharing. All right, Carissa, do you want to go next and just share maybe your top takeaways from Mexico and what you loved about it, your favorite thing? Yes.
It's so perfect for me to go after Amy, because I feel like in many ways I'm like her opposite. Like I am so all about the fancy, luxurious details and parties and dresses. Not quite as, I mean, there are some Plexus women that are even more all about it than I am. And I just am kind of like, whoa, okay, that's a thing. I didn't know there were hair extensions that cost $2,000. You learn something new every day. Yeah, that's a thing. So I'm not quite that far, but seriously, guys, one of my favorite hashtags on a lot of my business posts is that fancy is my love language. I love luxury. Chris is going to laugh off in the corner, because I love luxury. Like I just do. And so the fact that I could see palm trees out of my entirely glass shower, and the fact that every day there were gifts waiting for me in my room, and the fact that I picked up the phone and said, "Could I have a yoga mat, please?" And it was there in a minute. And the person on the other end of the phone said, "Oh yes, of course, dear Miss Carissa, we will bring it right there." And I got to, do my daily workouts out on this deck overlooking the ocean. We got Tiffany's gift cards. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for yet, but just to be treated like royalty. And Leaders Retreat is the same way. So I love what was said earlier about how we do a lot of bending over backwards in our lives to help all the various people that we are like charged with caring for. And so this is a time where you come, hopefully with your spouse. My spouse was not able to be my guest the first 4 trips because of medical school. So we were so thankful to be in school. But the 2 years ago trip was his first time to get to come with me. And then this time he got to come with me too. So to get away with somebody that you love and care about and just be treated like royalty, honestly, is just like one of my absolute favorite parts. I also really love, like, Plexus gives you hand-picked announcements and trainings for leaders. It is so different from going to convention. It's like they reveal secrets to you. They reveal things to you that are coming down the pike. They brought in Michelle Poehler, which was one of all of our favorite speakers from convention. And she was just as infectious and endearing as ever. I love her. So I really love that little element of it, that they not only do they spoil you and treat you like royalty, but they treat you like an insider. Like you're there and you're on the inside finding out the inner workings of Plexus and what they've got coming. And then another thing that I didn't know that would be so moving to me was the girl that they had stand up on stage and speak on behalf of the Emeralds. Her name is Summer Godfrey. And it was really impactful to me to hear from her because she had a long journey to Emerald. And at one point she was so close. She was at like 14, 20 points. And then she went all the way back to just under Ruby, senior gold points. And she shared with us from stage that was because she had some people on her team that were toxic and they were just sucking the life out of everybody in the group chat. And it was time to cut ties with those people. But she told us, I never, ever thought about quitting. I worked hard every single day. I did opportunity calls. I worked my personal business. I raised up leaders. And when the moment came that she found some business builders to link arms with her who were like-minded, she fast started them to senior Ruby, I think, Ruby or senior Ruby. So I want to drop an encouragement for y'all that's really been like mulling around in my head this week. And it's the word windfall. Like I think of what happened to her as she was setting herself up for a windfall. A windfall is when it's like snowing on your tree or on your roof, and you've got so much heavy snow and it's all just sitting there. It's just sitting there. But when it finally does, when the right little wind blows, you just have 1,000 gallons of snow blowing off your roof. Another image that came to my mind that I want y'all to think of is, that coin push game at arcades where you drop the coin in and the thing pushes it to the edge and you've got like 50, 60, 100, they're all right over the edge. And you keep putting those coins in and they just kind of push more up to the edge and you feel like nothing's happening. Well, I really want to encourage you all in this group that what you're doing over the next year, even on those months where you're like, man, it's feeling like it's slow, or I feel like the fruit is not showing up. But if you're doing the work and you're piling up all those coins and they're just pushing out to the edge, you're setting yourself up for when it's finally your season of momentum. That's when all hundreds and hundreds of those coins just are going to start raining down. And that's exactly what it was like for Summer Godfrey. So I really liked hearing from her, and I recorded her and sent her to my team back home. So I just wanted to share all that.
Thank you, Carissa. Yes, and I love that you love the fancy stuff. That's so awesome. And the thing that it's interesting. One of our takeaways from our very first Plexus event, which was Leaders Retreat 2015, was we stepped on an elevator with someone, and Justin happened to look at her name tag. And it was that moment, she was senior Ruby, I think. It was that moment it was like this impression on him of like, okay, if that girl can do it, I can do it. Okay, because
I don't remember her name, so don't ask. And I'm thankful that I don't. However, it was a real encouraging moment for me.
Because you can be all shapes and sizes in Plexus. And honestly, guys, in the Emerald, Sapphires, Diamonds, like shapes and sizes, all sorts, all ages.
Yes.
So the idea that, oh, I'm not tall and blonde, or whatever idea you have in your mind about what a diamond is or what they look like, not true. It is so not true. So anyways, I want to pop over to Brenda because I want her to share her perspective. Now, how many trips is this for you, Brenda? Curious, because you're like ages older in Plexus than the rest of us.
Yeah, so this would have been our 8th earned trip, 8 years. 7 for my husband and 8 for me. But of course, in 2020, we took the cash. So 2014, Emerald Extravaganza was my first one. And I can say all the things that you guys have shared, like you just feel so special. I remember walking around almost in a daze on my first trip. And I did that again on this trip. I still kept pinching myself saying, who am I? Why me? How do I get to, my trip is paid for and I get to come to this luxury. And I'm like Carissa, I love all the parties and the dress up and kind of just get this regal feel as you're walking around this amazing resort where they serve you hand and foot. And it's because I earned it. I have to keep reminding myself, I did the work. I loved on people. I prayed over my people, and this is just one of the small rewards. And I agree so much with who was that shared, Amy. It's not the plex is my passion, and to earn those things is not the fulfillment. It's not what motivates me, but it is just part of the reward that you didn't even know was a part of this, or that could be a part of this. When Chris's comment distracted me and I can't read the last part of it. For all the work that we did, just like Melody was saying, it can be a hard work, but it's so worth it. Okay, now I'm gonna look at my notes so I stay on track with what I was gonna share. So I've noticed the theme tonight has just been this togetherness. And that was one thing that was shared there from the stage. Travis, our new exec, shared about better together. And that's really what hit me a lot with this particular trip was, yes, all the special things are amazing. Housekeeping actually is one of my favorites. To come into my room in the middle of the day after we were out for the morning and everything is spotless and clean and in its place again, all of for clean, fresh towels. And then we go out for the afternoon or evening, we come back and there's the bed turned down and slippers beside the bed and a robe and the lights are dim and these little presents. I mean, yeah, anyway, that's wonderful. But what I loved, what meant so much to me was the connection with people. And that's exactly why we're doing what we're doing here. Delvin and I were blessed to have dinner with Justin and Megan, and we just did a lot of brainstorming together during that time. And it reminded me again of how much we need each other. And this is why you guys, if for no other reason, want to earn Leaders Retreat, because you're going to connect with people. You're going to be working together here for the next month, 6 weeks, actually, pretty much, with different people. You're going to get different ideas from. You're going to watch people do things that's going to inspire you to be like, oh, I can do that too. You're going to hear the tips. You're going to work together. And then you're going to go to leaders and you're going to make new friends. And they might be the people that will motivate you ever more in your business than before. And they may become a lifelong power partner in your business. You just don't know. But that's one of absolutely my favorite things about these events, and why it's just another reason to earn them. But back to the fact that this was our 8th trip, you know, some people might say, wow, that's just because you got in early. I think that was mentioned before here too. But I want to remind you guys of the way we saw this opportunity from the beginning, when we saw what could be possible. And to be honest with you, probably the biggest inspiration to me was when my sponsor, Kristen Abart, who lived in Sonia Dudley's town, said she had been to Sonia's event and saw her paycheck. It was the checks in the mail that we got back then. And she told me the amount. It was like 50,000 or something that a diamond can earn in a month. Yeah, I'm on board. Just tell me how. If other stay-at-home moms can do that. And so we really went all in as a business. So I want to just say lastly to you guys, have that sense of urgency. If you didn't have it before, or if you maybe let it kind of die out, find that again. Get that sense of urgency that you're going to go all in, like to the point of almost an ignorant all in. Don't worry about getting everything just right. Just do it with enthusiasm and passion. There was a thread in our Diamond group recently about someone started it. Tell me how old you are in plexus without saying exactly, like what you remembered, like how old you are and how you started. And I showed some pictures that was embarrassing to me of some of the things I did when I first started this business. But it was because I was all in. And we saw this as, if we don't do this, what else is ever going to come along in our life with this great of an opportunity to do something big for our family? This is a family legacy if you put yourself all into it. So that's what each trip that I earn means to me over and over. Just proof of what we are building for our future.
So well said, Brenda.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that. I want to remind you guys, if you are not following Brenda, Carissa, Angie, Amy, Melody, also Tammy Conacher is not feeling well tonight. Otherwise, she would have been on and shared her experience as well. But make sure you're following these people and that you go and stalk their posts from Mexico. If you didn't get a chance last week, go look at their posts, go read what they wrote. That is what is also going to fuel your vision, your belief, and the knowledge that you can go do the same thing too, because it's not like we're extra special people. And the challenges that Brenda faced when she started 8 or 9 years ago, those are different challenges than what you're facing now. Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways, it's easier because the pioneers paved the path out west, right? And so many things. Like, I remember when we started, there was, I think, only one video about detox, and that was Lori Harrison's. I was like, somebody needs to talk about detox because it's a real thing. And so just know that you have such a big toolbox to help you be successful in this. And so anyways, I wanted to say that really quickly. And so yeah, go stalk through Mexico photos. Justin, can you share with us your perspective? How many trips is this for you that you've earned?
So this would be my 5th Emerald Extravaganza or Diamond Destination trip that I've earned. So the last 5 years I've earned one of these trips, and they're typically in Hawaii. So I've earned 4 for Maui. Last year we didn't go because the world was burning. But this year was Mexico, but so yeah, 5, and they're amazing trips. They're just amazing trips. You're with top leaders. The mindset that you get from spending time with these ambassadors is just it's just encouraging. You know, all of them have been told no 1,000 times. All of them have had ups. All of them have had downs. All of them have wanted to quit. All of them have had issues. All of them, you know, whatever. Just on down the list of things that we go through in this business. They've all been there, done it, overcame it, and they're on the other side. So it's just an encouragement. And one thing, I guess, for me, I mean, the resort was amazing. The private villa and the pool and the hot tub. And I have to, one morning, it's in the jungle, right? Like, we're in a jungle. And so they had this little side room. So every morning I try to get up at 5 and then go pray, work out, do my thing in the morning, get it out of the way. So I was praying in this little side room, living room, and it had the door open, and I was just sitting there, and I was praying. It's one of those things where you sense like something's in the room, right?
A spirit.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, what's going on? So I open my eyes, and there's a dang raccoon like right down at my feet at the dining room table. So I mean, we were in the jungle, right? But it was a beautiful jungle. And anyway, I scared the raccoon. This raccoon scared me. It was
not as spiritual.
It was
as
quite.
you thought,
that wasn't my main takeaway. But the point is, it was really beautiful. There's a PGA golf course right there on the thing. It was just beautiful.
Tell him what the guy said, the coffee guy.
Oh,
he had a butler that brought him coffee every morning.
Yeah, because I called at 5. I guess not many people are up at 5. And so he just came right over every day. He said, yeah, they know how to open the door, and they know how the raccoons know how to get in because they know where the snack bar is. So you just left the door open when he was coming in. So anyway.
And then you have to pay for the snacks.
Okay, but that wasn't my main takeaway. Anyway, back.
That's hilarious.
We got to swerve back on the road here. The thing for me is, all those things are wonderful. I love all those things. I love tacos. I love Mexico. I have for years, and I want to continue to do work in Mexico, actually. But even with all those fancy, fun things, two things stuck out to me. One is the people. I can honestly say 6 years now into Plexus, I can honestly say I love the people. Like, I don't just love the products. I don't just love the money or the paychecks. I honestly care about the people. We've developed friendships with these people, and not just the ones on our team, but like sideline people, sideline ambassadors, and even the corporate team. Mm-hmm. As different as with some of us are, even within that realm, I actually care for these people. And I love it. And when I go spend time with them and I see how much, and the crazy thing is they care for me. Like, they know you by name. They know who you are. Not only does the the room service call you by name. So does the CEO, and so does the president.
Mm-hmm.
And so does the staff that's running around. They work their tails off. They know who you are. They know about your children. They know, I mean, they know you. And that just causes me to want to do more. It causes me to want to be a part of this culture of Plexus for years and years to come. It really does. So that leads me to, I guess, my main takeaway of the Plexus trip. Now, what I used to do when I go to events like this is I'd take 25 pages of notes, and then I'd come home and do nothing. So what I've learned to do over the years is take one major takeaway and work on that, right? So my main takeaway, there was a girl named Christina Williams who got up to speak, and she did great. All these speakers did an amazing job. But one thing she said was, she's mentioned take ownership. That was my main takeaway, because that was what I had already been working on when I went to Mexico. So when she said that, it just kind of confirmed where I'm at in my journey with Plexus, is to take ownership. Am I a diamond? Yes. Am I ranking diamond? Yes. Am I happy with where I'm at? Yes. Am I done? Not even close. Why? Because I prayed for an opportunity. I have an opportunity in front of me. I need to take ownership of this opportunity. I can take ownership of the opportunity that I have with Plexus, or I can let it slip. And I don't want to me, that's being ungrateful for the opportunity that I have. Like, I have an opportunity with Plexus. Like, some of the things we've been able to do, even with our family, even with ministry, even helping other ministries, things that we've been able to do financially with Plexus is a huge blessing. And not only just for me or for her, we're talking for the next generation. We're talking for a whole village in Kenya, Africa, you know? And so my main takeaway is take ownership. Take ownership of the opportunity that's before me. Don't slow down. Don't get comfortable. Keep moving forward. You know, maybe it's hard. Maybe things are stagnant or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to take ownership of this Plexus opportunity, and I'm going to maximize it. I'm going to maximize this thing. I'm nowhere near being done. So that's my encouragement to you. It was an encouragement to me, and that's an encouragement to you, is just take ownership of the opportunity that you have at your fingertips right now.
So I'm going to speak on behalf of all moms out there who sometimes feel like they just need a little break. And I remember my very first Emerald extravaganza I went Emerald like a year after I started sharing. And so I went to Hawaii that September. I had a 5-week-old baby with me. I did not let that slow me down, but I remember feeling, and even some of the littler Plexus events that we got to be part of, like the leaders retreat and different things, it was a gift to me, honestly, to not have to cook every meal. It was a gift to not do laundry for 9 days or 8 days while we were in Mexico this time. So those of you who are in the trenches raising littles, like, that is a very real, tangible gift to me. And it was just a big blessing to be able to unplug, just be able to think my thoughts, to not have to wrangle all my kids. We did bring our 1-year-old. It was sweet to have special time with her. Probably won't bring a 1-year-old without a helper for the next time, but it was just such a gift to be able to sleep in if I wanted to, or get up and go work out if I wanted to, be able to go to the beach, just being able to swim. We had a villa. I mean, you probably saw the pictures. We had a private villa, which was perfect because baby could nap, we could swim, we could have people over. We had room service brought in. We, had a team party one afternoon. Such a blast. We had Chris and Carissa over one afternoon. Super fun. Just, oh man, it was just such a gift. And I just want to encourage you guys that we have the foundation built, like the integrity of the people at Plexus, like the corporate people, solid people, inspiring people. The people that have built Plexus so far, just like people, like quality people. Obviously, to succeed in this business, you have to have good people skills. You have to have a certain skill set, mindset, things like that. But we're on track to be $1 billion company. And like, how awesome to be part of building that. Like, I think that's really neat. Like, to step back and think in the bigger picture, right? Do you want to say something?
Let me add one thing real quick about this $1 billion idea company and network marketing. So there's two milestones to really see if you have a healthy network marketing company. One is 10 years in business. We've passed that. Plexus has passed that. So that's one milestone that we've passed. The other is the $1 billion a year in sales mark. Now, we have not hit that yet, but listen to this. The $1 billion a year sales milestone in network marketing is for global companies that sell globally. We're only in like 5 countries, and one of them's brand new, and we're almost to $1 billion already.
Mm-hmm.
Like 600-ish million, somewhere in that area. So, so don't think we're not healthy because we're not to $1 billion yet. We're in like what, 5 countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we're almost hitting there already. Most of it coming out of just America alone. So think about the opportunity business-wise. When we do go global, it's who knows what would happen. It's amazing.
So be thinking in terms of the long game. Think legacy for your family. Think maximizing the ceiling. There's no ceiling. There's no cap. So I mean, Justin and I, our mindset is like, we're going for quadruple diamond. Like, why would we stop? Like, we're going to continue to help people with their health. We're going to continue to help people with their businesses. I mean, some people, they come in, we help them, we spend time with them, we have them over to our house, they go silver, boom. And that's as much as they want to go. And that's perfectly fine. But we're doing this and we're continuing because we're looking for leaders. We're looking for the people that truly want an opportunity, that are praying like we were, maybe, gratefully discontent like we were in his job where he was, we had hit the lid. He was praying for something else. We had never in a million years would have considered network marketing, but God brought it. And we were willing to do the work. We were willing to learn. We were willing to just plug in and continue to grow. Like, we had to grow ourselves, but we had to do the work as well. But anyways, there were over 600 people that earned Emerald Trip. And I just think that is super inspiring. And I don't see why we wouldn't double or quadruple or double, triple, quadruple that number for next year. Let's blow them out of the water. Let's surprise corporate for how many people earn it for next year. This was my 6th trip as an Emerald. What would it have been as a diamond? 4th, I think my 4th trip. So, oh man, it's so worth working for. And really it's humbling because you think like we get such a gift of a trip, but it is a reward for everything that we pour out on a daily basis. And so every hour of sleep lost, all the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to build this thing, it's totally worth it. So I was very inspired by the fact that I had conversations with people that went diamond in less than a year, and also people that went emerald in less than a year. So just keep that in mind, not just for yourself, but that you could sign someone that does it in less than a year. So are you ready for someone like that? You will not attract those people to you if you are not consistently working your business. I can promise you that will not happen. So I just want to encourage you to be faithful in the small things so that when those people come, you are ready to equip them, help them, walk alongside them, and help them grow as fast as they want to grow. So, so exciting. Okay. We are going to wrap up this call with some actionable items because we really feel like you can come and glean all the inspiration from us that you want, but unless you have something actionable to do, it's just going to be there, right? And so we want to give you some things to put into action. So I did share this with my team, but I want to encourage you, those of you who are on track and want to earn Kona, Hawaii next year, you need to qualify by July 31st, 2022. Remember, number one, like major bullet point, start now. I just want to encourage you. It doesn't start next week or when you get organized or when your life slows down, or when things stop being crazy in your life, or when the new year starts, because that's when everyone's, interested in health. It starts like tonight. It starts with a decision. It starts with a commitment. And so anyways, not to beat a dead horse, but you start now. Number 2, and this is something that came to me when I was there, is print out your Facebook friends list. I'm asking my assistant because I think that she has a YouTube video that we can blitz out to you guys if you're not sure how to do that. Print out your Facebook friends list, stick it in a binder. That will be your Bible for the coming months, okay? Some of you maybe work Instagram or other platforms. You can maybe figure out how to get your contacts compiled in a different way. But I want to encourage you to vet the list, okay? And you can also include like lists that you make from your email contacts list, your texting list, like church connection, kid connections, like all of the different ways where, places your network grows, right? But I want you to vet the list and maybe even go through your list with different colored highlighters. But what I want you to do is circle the people that you want to reach out to about the business. Quick story. When I first started Plexus, there's a girl in my town. Okay, we live in a town of less than 1,000 people. I had this girl in my brain, and I didn't reach out to her because she's kind of intimidating. I ran track with her. She was in a neighboring town, but in high school. And then anyways, she is in my town. I'm scared to reach out to her, and I don't do it. Guess what happens? She is now at the top of a different network marketing company, and I learned my lesson. So reach out to those business builders first, because really, you that are planning to be in Hawaii next year with us, you have got to get business builders on your team that want to do this with you. Okay. And now people may come in and work at different paces or get to different levels, and that's perfectly fine, but you have got to help some people start to work the business. All right. And you need to be reaching out to those people sooner than later, because not everybody decides to join right away. They may watch you a while. They may not join until they see you go to Hawaii and then they're ready to join you. Okay. But I just want to encourage you to not be afraid to reach out to people that you want to do this with. And Jessica Heffley, I was on a call with her last month, and she said, just tell them that you love what you do and that you could see them being successful as well, or that you think that they would love to do what you do as well. So don't be ashamed of it. Reach out and just be genuine. You don't have to go off a script. And really, Justin reminded me, he's like, you can't say the wrong thing to someone that is open. Right? And so just remember that. But if you share from your heart, that's the main thing with that. Okay. The next thing is invite your team to be part of the next 6 weeks. Now, remember, leaders don't just get themselves on a call. They get their teammates excited as well, because in order to be successful, you have to be great at casting vision, at encouraging, about initiating, not just assume because it was posted in a group that everybody saw it. You have to personally reach out and invite them. So I want to encourage you to do that. And then lastly, my last little actionable item is to maximize the 369 incentive. Okay. That's where the rubber meets the road. Guys, this business is built by us sponsoring people. So if you're not doing the basic power of 3, get your booty in gear. You can change that tonight. You can just take the chair challenge, hop in your chair and start inviting people, start messaging people, and maximize the 369 incentive. There's a lot of cash on the table, guys. And it really doesn't matter where you're at in your business. If you're senior ruby or you're silver or you're sapphire or you're diamond, you can start right now and you can help 3 more people. So, all right, I'm going to pop it over to Carissa and then to Brenda, because they each had a little actionable item also that I think is phenomenal as we're heading into the last 10 days of the month. And I will also get this written out and put in our little group so you guys have a little checklist. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I call the lowest hanging fruit. But Megan and I were in the Caribbean Sea with Genevieve on our last day in Mexico, and she was like, guys, we have $1 enrollment right now, and Success Sprint credits are doubled. And everybody that gets added while they're doubled and while membership's $1 counts as retention credits in October, November, and December in Q4. And so that's huge. They have really, really amped up the worth of retention credits. They've listened to us. Sorry, Chris is trying to turn our timer off. So I call this the lowest hanging fruit, and that is to look at your organization and look at who has 0 PV right now. And once you see their name, open up their order history. If it has been 6 months or more since their last order, they are eligible to restart. So I want to challenge you for the next 9 days to help as many people as you can get restarted who haven't ordered in 6 months. While membership is $1 and contest credits are doubled, because there's a huge payoff for that, and it's such low hanging fruit. Like, this is sales 101, that somebody that has already taken the step to purchase a product is much more likely to reorder that product than somebody who's never ever taken the step to try it. So those are already like primed buyers, potential buyers.
Robbie, go to sleep.
So that's my action item for all of us for the next 9 days.
Awesome. I love all of your assignments so far. I'm excited to implement them and help my team do so. So mine is something that some of you may have already done, but if you haven't, you can maybe do it again. Share about the Emerald Extravaganza Diamond trip that you saw from your upline, sideline, someone that you know, someone in your feed, and make a post about that, how you saw your friend Sally go to Mexico and it looks amazing, and I know if she can do it, I can do it too. Do part of that post as a vision for yourself, because we're vision casting to you, but a way that you can prove your belief that you can do this is to put it out there for others. It's kind of like a vision board, but it's also maybe a little bit scary. And so if it is, then you for sure need to do it and put it out there to your network that this is doable and you're going to go for it. And who wants to join you? So be creative, but put out a social media post about that. Or you could even throw in, your first step is going to Orlando in March. So make it fun and engaging for your audience.
Okay, one last thing here. One thing I'm going to add is Fast Start program. So take advantage of this. I just had a guy go Fast Start Silver before he just even got his products. So he earned, $420 before he even tried his products. It's a huge program, an incentive program that's just waiting for us to use. They're paying you a bonus for doing it. Why? Because they know people that Fast Start will still be more than likely in the business a year from the time they sign up. So they're rewarding that. Take advantage of the Fast Start program. If you do not know anything about the Fast Start program, learn about the Fast Start program. As soon as you get off this call, go figure out what the Fast Start program, or call your upline, whoever, and find out what it is. Take advantage of it. I want to read this one last thing, and then we're going to push in the call. So Megan has said something, when do you start? She said, start now. This is a book that I read every morning. I read it to my family at breakfast as well. And it's called Overcoming, this one little section is called Overcoming Procrastination, When and Where to Start. So check this out. It says, people want to know how to stop laziness. They want to know how to stop procrastination. They have an idea in their head, maybe even a vision, but they don't know where to start. So they ask and they say, where do I start? And when is the best time to start? And I have a simple answer, here and now. That's it. You want to improve? You want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet or start a new business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or an app? I'll even add in, you want to go to Hawaii or a leader's retreat? Where do you start? You start right here. When do you start? You start right now. You initiate action. You go. Here is the reality. That idea is not going to execute itself. That book isn't going to write itself. Those weights out in the gym, they are not going to move themselves. You have to do it. And you have to do it now. So stop thinking about it, stop dreaming about it, stop researching every aspect of it and reading all about it and debating the pros and cons of it. Start doing it. Take that first step and make it happen. Get after it here and now. There you go.
Boom. Mic drop.
That'll get you fired up.
All right. Very good. Okay, guys, we'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you for being on. Looking forward to all the fruit that's going to come from this. All right. Bye, guys.
See you guys.